Welcome, 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 welcome. We are back for another season of Talking Sports and Entertainment with your brother Al Ice Cole and your brother Prince Cree. What's good, Al?
Hey, just back in the box, trying to get ready to continue on and let the world know what's going on.
What's going on, champ? What's going on? Man, you know something, man. You are still a champion in my heart. Former IBF Cruiserweight Champion Al Ice Cole. It is all about sports and entertainment. So, Al, how you been, man?
All right, pretty good, pretty good. Just coughing up. Now I just realized when I'm coughing that since it's corona, everybody looks at you different when I sneeze and cough. So I kind of watch it.
Hey, Al, that's crazy because I was thinking of the same thing, man. I have allergies super bad. So I'm in the store, achoo, achoo, achoo. And people looking at me like, whoa, it's like everything
Yeah,
cannot be coronavirus, Al.
yeah.
Like, can we have come on, what happened to the regular common cold? You get a common cold, they telling you to go get a test. Seriously?
Yeah, everything's shocking. Before someone sneezes, people might have the courtesy to say "God bless you" or something. Some sneezes make some sound. Now people look at you like before they say "God bless you," now they look at you like, "Are you about to die?" What's wrong with you? Get away from me. They say "God bless you," but now they say "Get away from me."
Yeah, it's so crazy, man. It's so crazy with all that's going on in the world today. So, Al, you had a Hall of Fame thing going on. So, what you had going on new, man?
Well, no, I'm just, had a few things, just, signing autographs this weekend. I was at Hofstra University, and I think it's Long Island or Staten Island, I'm not sure, one of those islands. I went out there and had an autograph signing. It was like a big thing with a lot of memorabilia. It was Ray Mercer and I went on out there, and it was a lot of baseball players, basketball players, and stuff. It was at the university. It was big. It was a lot.
Wow. So, I was gonna ask you, did you speak to your brother Holyfield after that fight?
Uh,
No
nah, I
comment.
didn't know. Nah, no comment. Well, I didn't know, and I'm still thinking. I still can't believe it. Um, I'm still thinking. People don't want to believe something, but I just can't believe it that Holyfield is used to being hit by these big old professional guys like Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, Ray Mercer, all these big guys, all these professional heavyweights, and now I know he's much older, but now there's some guy. I don't care how good they say. Still, a young dude is not knocking me out. I'm not. I'm 10 years older, yeah, but I'm used to this, and
Right.
I just can't see it happening like that.
Yeah. It was a shocker to me.
Yeah,
It was a shocker to me.
it was a shock to him too, I'm sure. Mm.
So our basketball season is going down because I know you let Roy Jones dunk on you, and
Oh shoot, no, I'm stopping that. I'm stopping that.
just kidding. Roy Jones clarified that.
I'll be like Mutombo. I'll be like Mutombo. That foot right here. That foot. Don't bring that in here. Don't bring that. Yeah.
You let Roy Jones dunk on you, man.
Nah, no. Like Mutombo. Don't bring that in here. You're not. But Roy could play pretty good. He was like, he's pretty good. Like, he could play ball. A lot of us play ball for extracurricular activity. Just staying loose. Even Mercer know how to play ball pretty good. Mercer could dunk also.
You saying Mercer can dunk?
Yeah,
Mercer plays. You said Mercer plays basketball.
Yeah, we used to do that like during Olympic training center at that time. Just relax, just get away and go play ball.
Oh man. Alex Cole. So remember I told you I brought my special guest, my special co-host from the SNS show, my man Sean. I told him, look, I got a legend that's gonna be. This is your show, right? Although you quit on me, Al, you saying I fired
Nah.
you. There's no way I would ever fire my big brother. I just was talking to Levi. Levi said, "Yo, Al gonna be on the show." I said, "Tune in." Yeah, Al hired himself back to his own show. I don't know what happened. He just hired himself back to his own show. Hey, so Al,
No, no, no.
basketball
What I
season.
did, no, what I did. I'm gonna say I was like Kyrie. I had to step away a little bit. I had like
Hey, look,
Kyrie Irving. You had to step away. That's all.
speaking of basketball, real quick, how do you feel about that? Like, we there's a lot of talk around Kyrie sitting out. You know what I mean? Because it's the state of New York that requires COVID tests and
Yes.
vaccination to get into big events. So how do you feel about that? You know what I'm saying, as far as
You
that
know,
move with Kyrie?
it's kind of and Kyrie, I think it's from New Jersey.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Yeah, no, and from this area, and it's what a man believes. What a man believes. It's like your religion and faith. You can't,
right.
you can't you can't deny that someone of their own belief in their religion. And it's not about religion, but it's your own personal belief in what you feel.
Right, right.
And he feels that way. Is
Exactly.
someone coming in?
Exactly. So look, we're just gonna jump right in it because I know this incredible, I must say incredible, right? Al, we had the pleasure to speak with him before. I don't know if he was 2 and
I can't
0
hear you. I can't hear you.
or he was 3 and 0.
He's saying he can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear us?
I hear him. He's shaking his head, but I hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him. He can't hear us.
Oh, okay. That's what it says. Yeah.
Yeah. But so Al, this young man that we're gonna get and chop it up with, I like him. And this is the only reason why we bring him back in season 2, because I found him very interesting as a fighter and things like that. So I'm going to introduce him. Hopefully he can hear us. Hopefully he can get in and jump in with us because I'd like to give these young fighters, Al, like you, is very passionate about these young fighters coming in. And maybe you can give them some words of encouragement. Ladies and gentlemen, by way of Queens, New York, fighting out of New York, this incredible light welterweight future champion. I'm a big fan of his. He reminds me of my young nephew. He reminds me of a young you, but he's like welterweight, long arms. I mean, this guy got a hit. And and I know you were saying he go to the body or hurt somebody. Put your hands together, your damn hands together for the future. 5-0. He's gonna be that. I'm speaking it into existence. Jahi Tucker. What's good?
Thank
What's
you,
good,
man.
family?
I appreciate it, man.
What's good, young man? What's good? How have you been, man? And how have you been handling through this pandemic, man?
I can't turn off call. What the hell?
Can you hear me, Jahi?
I was just in these.
Can you hear me, man? Guess you can't hear us, Al.
Nah, I don't know what's going on. I know that experience. I know. Yeah, I know what that experience. So I guess you got to get used to it and find out something. But I did the same thing when I first started getting on the mic with you, hitting the mic.
Yeah,
Sooner or
it's
later,
sometimes
sooner
it's
or
some
later,
timing.
if you can hear us or something,
Yeah, I
wave
can
something.
hear you. I can hear you. My bad. My dad called me. So it was the calls that was messing up the connection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
All
sorry.
right.
Tell your dad we might have to knock him out there. Don't mess with our talk.
Yo, Al, let me tell you something, man. Hey, John, I'm gonna speak about this because I watched your last fight. and your dad was telling you something, and I didn't see you sit down. So I'm gonna ask you why haven't you? Why? Look, let's introduce you first, and before I get into those questions, because I'm a big fan, and I'm wishing good things for you, ladies and gentlemen. Jahi Tucker, the light welterweight future champion. I'm speaking it into existence. Welcome, man. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, man. Thanks for the interview, man. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for bringing me back season 2. You feel me? And I'm ready to get it started.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here chilling with my man. He's the co-host of the SNS show. Sean is joining us, and since Al is in New Jersey somewhere, or in Atlanta or Charlotte, it's his own show, Jihad, and he just do what he want, man. Make me do all the work. So how have you been handling, man? How's training going, man?
Right now, training camp is pretty good. You feel me? Fight next week in the Garden, and right now, you're just trying to keep everything in tune, everything nice and tight, and I'm gonna put on a show for you guys next week.
Take it. So who was your inspiration that inspired you to begin your boxing career?
My inspiration, as in my favorite fighter, or just it's in general?
Well, who basically sparked it? What sparked it? Who or what sparked the interest in your mind to say, hey, I want to box?
Well, when I was younger, I had started boxing, right? And my coach, Coach Kenny, God rest his soul, he passed a couple of years ago. You feel me?
Condolences.
He always told me, like, yo, you could be like a world champion. Because I was like 7 and I was beating up on kids who was like 10 and like older than me. And I was 11. I was beating up kids. I was like 15, 16, you know? So he was just like, yo, you could be a world champ. So that's kind of one of the main things, you feel me? Among other things, like the history of the sport, I feel like there's not a lot of fighters like me in the history of the sport. I feel like talent-wise, I'm on my all-time level. Talent-wise, I just got to go out there and prove it and go get the accolades to match it. You feel me?
Right.
I feel like, and if you look at history, I don't think there's any fighter that was ever like me. You feel me? So
what age did you start? What age did you start?
I started when I was 7.
7. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was 7. I started boxing. So I've been boxing for like 11 years now.
Wow.
So do anybody around the neighborhood be trying to just pull up on you and test you to see how they will fare against you on the street?
Nah, that was back when I was younger. That was when I was younger.
I'm gonna try him.
Yeah, I'm
gonna try him, man.
Give me a quick win.
Hey, Al, did you ever get tested like that as soon as you got into the fighting?
The difference is this, right? And I guess Jahi can speak for it. Once you really started fighting, and once you start thinking about being professional and doing stuff like that, you're a professional. So I'm not going out here fighting for free no more. If you want to fight me, you got to pay me. So if you want to hit me, pay me. We ain't fighting for free no more. Our whole attitude, really, fighters don't really go on the street and looking to fight no more. Because this is our job, our living. Even as amateurs, we're not trying to prove that. I have nothing to prove to you now. I'm boxing against other people and doing stuff. And plus, fighting in the street is like, you're going to hurt your own self when you hit somebody. You're hurting your own hand. So no use wasting it. You're trying to build something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That is something.
Hey, I'm sure you feel that way, Jahi.
Yeah, because like you said, when you're in the street, you're not really looking to fight anybody. You feel me? Most of the times when you fight people, especially when you go on the street, I'm not looking to fight anybody because it's like, when you train every day to fight, this is just for all fighting. This is for mixed martial arts, wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, everything. You don't really. It kind of humbles you. You feel me? You get a discipline from it, and you don't really want to fight everybody.
Because you got the ups naturally.
Yeah.
It's a skill. It's not just for fun. It's skill. It's skill. Like if I play basketball, I'm not gonna go run up with somebody and like with a ball. Like, all right, let's play. No, we're gonna go. We're not gonna just run up. Run up on
like
nobody.
we're gonna go to a court. You feel me? It's gonna be sanctioned.
Right.
And when you box, you want to. How we box, like you said, we're prize fighters. You feel me? It's our livelihood. It's what we do to take care of ourselves and our family. You feel me? So like everything gotta be underneath a certain order. It's not just like out wilding. You feel me?
I got a twofold question to ask to ask you. The first one is, what fighter historically that you would pattern yourself behind, and out of, well, answer that question first, then I'll present the second question.
All right, this is the fighter. I mean, it's a little weird for me. I feel like the best way to put my fight in, I'd fall underneath the category of like a Roy Jones Jr. type of fighter. You feel me? Or like Sugar Ray Robinson, along those lines. You feel me? But only thing is though, among other things though, one thing I've learned with those guys is that they didn't have the fundamentals, and at least with Roy Jones Jr., he didn't have the fundamentals down pat. And when his reflexes went, that's kind of you see the downfall. You feel me?
Right.
But that's one thing I worked on a lot, especially these last 2 years. I've been trying to work on a lot of fundamentals, just getting the basics of boxing down, because one day I'm gonna get old, and I won't have the same reflexes. So I've been working on
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, dig it. So my second question is, out of you're lightweight.
Light welterweight.
Welterweight.
Mhm.
So, what professional fighter today you would mind fighting, regardless of their experience, how long they've been in the game or whatever? What professional fighter in your weight class that you wouldn't mind fighting?
To be honest, that's the thing. With me, I'll fight. That's the thing. I don't have like a specific guy. Like it's not really nobody in boxing right now that I could really say that should be getting hunted right now. You feel me? There's not anybody who's like that guy. You feel me? If I had to give you a name, I feel like the best person to take down would be Terrence Crawford because he's number one. You feel me? Be the man. You gotta beat the man.
That's right.
So I'll be the guy who I'd go for. For me, you gotta go because you beat everybody else. If you don't beat the number one, then everybody gonna have something to say regardless. But if you beat the number one, it'll give them less to say.
Exactly. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Al?
Yeah, well, what he's really saying is this: there's no big person that he wants to fight. Everybody wants to fight the champ. Everybody wants to fight the best. Who's the best? You got to work your way up to be the best and to fight the number one. It's the one that if you don't want to fight the main guy or the champion, what's the use of fighting? Because you want to be the number one. I'm not trying to fight to be number 2, 3, or 5. I want to be the best. Every individual want to be the best. Why would I? It's a stepping stone process, but everybody got the eyes on the prize. Is the top goal. Whoever's the champ. Like if Terrence Crawford lose, if Joe Blow the next champion,
We're
he
going
ain't
for
gonna
Joe
think
Blow.
about. Oh yeah, I'm fighting Joe Blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me quickly go to my comments, Jihad. Lady D, she's listening in and she says, you can tell he's a wise, skilled fighter.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lady D chimed in and said, you can tell just by your language and your, the ability to articulate this boxing thing and your future, you're already thinking about it as right now. So your trainer now, you said you lost your trainer. God bless, rest in peace to your original trainer. So your dad is training you now?
Yeah, my pops was training. My pops was always training me, but it was always him and Coach Kenny. You feel me? Coach Kenny was always like he was always like the head coach kind of because my pops he never boxed. You feel me?
Right.
And he just taught my pops like a lot of things, and my pops learned he taught me this too. He taught me and my pops the importance of film study, and the importance of going back and breaking down fights. Not only breaking down the fights or the skills, but you breaking down the scenarios. You see what different fighters have to go through. So this way, history always repeats itself. Let's say, this fight he was cutting weight, so this is how he adjusted. Or this fight, this guy had a better jab than him, so this. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So you can always learn how to make adjustments by just watching how the greats made adjustments.
Right. Understood. Exactly.
I want to say something for Cree. That's very good that you noticed that, or have noticed, because Chris Cree, after meeting the great Jahi, I went to go watch him one time train.
Right.
I never told you that, and I went up there.
And left me behind. I'll see how you treat
No,
you. See how you treat me. You see
I
how you
never
treat me.
said I never said much to Jihad then because I seen a lot of stuff that he's talking about right now. And I didn't want to approach him because this is my first time seeing him train, seeing his crew, his father, and other guys sparring. I just seeing all the people. And he had very good natural ability. And what he just
You
said
said
is
that too, Al.
and what he said right here, but he wanted to tweak on certain things and get the basic skills of something. I saw some stuff. He was doing stuff just out of reflex, like he said with Roy, just reflexes. And he was just reacting. But right
Wow.
now, I wanted to I wanted to tell him, but I didn't want to, as a young up and coming, I didn't want to step on his shoe or step on anybody else, letting them know the things I saw that I wanted to say that he could work with. And I talked about Jihad about helping him out some stuff, but I didn't want to, say I see this and see. I don't want to step on no other trainers.
Right.
And I've seen all this, but I'm just so glad. This is some stuff I wanted to tell him and it's just being broadcast. I wanted to tell him some things like that. Where I seen some mistakes or some stuff, and I don't want to break anybody's champ down because everybody think they're the best. They want to be the best. They're doing something. And you've been doing good, very well by doing what you've been doing. But as a professor, I've seen so many other things I can add. But I didn't want to come and change the whole program in
Yeah,
like out of one session. I
yeah.
just like I just said, I want to add. I'm making chicken soup, but I want to add a few more ingredients.
Right.
Mhm.
Now, one thing I
Wow,
will tell
Al.
you, I'm sorry, Conyo, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead. Good, John.
One thing I tell you, and this is for any of you guys, if you guys ever come and you guys see me fight, one thing we never do, we never shy away knowledge. Because my apostle always told me, one man can't know everything. You feel me?
Yeah.
And everybody knows something. And one man can't know everything, but everybody knows something. So one thing I do, I take consideration everything, even if it's a different style or if it's a different move that I'm used to doing. It's more than one way to do things. You feel me? I'm always open ears. I love to listen. I love to try new things. You feel me? Add new things to my arsenal because it's just an extra tool. You feel me?
Right. So
It's
can you
always great that you're willing to learn and willing to listen. Everybody says it, but some people they willing to
Yeah, I
learn
can
and will,
see.
but you're doing it.
I can tell. Sean?
yeah, can you describe for us the audience uh what if you would like if you don't mind revealing it, during your training process, what is your diet? How do you eat? And
But right
how,
now, I mean, it differs because I got times where I'm cutting weight. It's way more different than like when I'm just regular training. Because when I'm
mhm.
just regular training, I train for like 8 9 hours a day.
Mm,
So I just I just eat. Most of the time my mom she'll cook something nice. You feel me?
right.
You feel me? But it'd be like a lot of salmon, chicken. You feel me?
Hmm.
I dabble around in junk food too sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
You feel me?
I
But
dig it.
I try my best though. You feel me?
Hmm.
I slack sometimes, but I try my best. When it comes to cutting weight though, it's thing. I
Uh-huh.
eat I drink a lot of water. I drink not like nothing but water. You feel me?
Right.
Nothing but water. I drink a
Right.
gallon or two for the day.
Oh yeah.
I eat yeah, a lot of protein, like a lot of
Right.
chicken. I limit the salt because salt hold water weight, and I
Right.
would try to let go of the water weight. And
Hmm.
I do that for about a week or two, and I'm back. I'm on weight. Everything. I don't have to strain myself to make weight anymore
Hmm.
because that got to me when I was in the amateurs.
Mm.
Two tournaments. I messed up on my weight class. The first tournament, honestly, I just outgrew the weight class and I just wouldn't let myself go by. Right, go
Hmm.
up.
What
Right.
was that
And
weight class? What was that weight
145,
class?
145
145.
Okay,
in the amateurs.
and
I had to
describe what's the next one. What's the next one?
and the next one here's the issue with the next one now, because after that tournament at 145, I decided to move up to 152. Right, all right, cool. But here's the problem: this one kid that I already beat, and he was fighting at 141. So but the thing is, he was talking trash. He was saying like, "Oh, only reason why I was moving up is because I couldn't beat him, and I was scared to beat him, and things of that nature, you know."
Mhm.
So what I
Can
did
you
was,
can sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you
mhm,
tell of us because the weight classes have changed, and so the
yeah,
audience would like to know which weight class is it? Welterweight, light welter,
it
super.
was welterweight. The 152 was welterweight, but I had went back to light welterweight. I had
Mhm.
I had cut down. I was at 160, right, and I was supposed to fight at 152. But the guy, he was talking trash. So the same week I cut all the way down to 141,
Mhm.
and I switched
In a
my weight
week,
class.
in a
And that
week's
weight
time
class
frame,
is welterweight,
Light welterweight. I
Wow.
ended up switching to light welterweight.
light
in a in
welterweight.
a in a week's time frame, you cut down that much weight.
Yeah, in a week. I just cut. I went out the way it happened. I went out. I threw in like 3 sweaters. I threw in a plastic bag, 3 sweaters, a winter jacket, 3 sweatpants, and I ran 10 miles.
Oh
And
man.
then I came back. I came back to the house, and I lost 10 pounds already. And
Mm.
I had the rest of the week to cut the rest of the weight.
Oh man.
So yeah,
Us fighters, we do that, and it's just
yeah,
water weight. It's not the same.
yeah,
If someone
Mm.
just cut the weight,
yeah,
it's
cause
as fighters you just lose the weight for
yeah,
that fight for that
yeah.
day.
Yeah,
Mm.
but see, that's what the issue was because with the amateurs, you gotta cut the weight, but you gotta maintain it every day. So after you cut the weight, after you cut the weight, you fight, but then I gotta make my weight again for tomorrow morning because I'm fighting again, and
Mm.
that's where what messed me up at because yeah, I made the weight, I made it, but then after I fought, I did my thing, I won. The next day, I ain't make the weight limit the next day. I was off by like a pound.
Mm.
So yeah,
Wow.
after that, that's when I learned, I can't let people dictate what I'm thinking,
Right.
because my head, I had him set in my head the whole time. Like I already dropped the ball at one tournament. I was already off weight. But
Hmm.
I really wanted to get this guy. You know what's messed up? He ain't even come to the tournament. That was the most messed up part of it all. He ain't even come to the tournament.
All of that for that.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
You wanted to prove something to somebody that didn't
yeah,
show up.
yeah. And I already beat him too. I beat him already. I just did it because we were going back and forth for like a year, but we never fought because I was on Team USA. I was overseas all the time. And his tournaments were still in like not New York and over here in America. So when I had the chance to fight him, I had the chance. I jumped right on it, but he didn't show up. He ain't come to the tournament.
Mm. Mm.
Wow.
So what is your uh would you say that you beat your opponents off of speed, power, or both?
I feel like I beat my opponents off of mental willpower. Most
Good.
of the
Yeah.
time it's speed. Most of the time it's speed, but I always because I'm not the fastest. I'm pretty fast, but I ain't the fastest though.
Right.
And one thing I always try to do is I try to slow it down, especially as of late. I be trying to slow down and like really process and dissect everything. I'll just see
Mm-hmm.
what he does. I'll see where he's open. Even if it's not a big open, I'll just touch him. Like I
Right.
touch him to the chest. I'll touch him over his shoulder. I touch him somewhere. So once I can land something, I know I can land anything I want.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And then from
Understood.
there, I just start opening them up. I just start thinking I'm gonna do this, and he's gonna open up here, and then it's just a whole spiel that I go on while I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Mental. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
For sure.
Alcoz, as a champion, you're always going to be my champion. You're my friend. You're my brother. By watching him and looking at him, what tips? What can you give him? Because he has a fight next week, the day before my birthday, and me and Lady D will be watching it on ES. I'm gonna have a party. I don't care. Look, fight parties. We'll have one for you, Jihad. So,
I
Mr.
appreciate
Al,
that, man.
my brother, my champion, what advice would you give him? Because when I look at him, right, you're Cruz, right? You have them long arms. I can recall we used to always say when we were in the studio here watching you fight, Teddy and all of us, all the big time entertainers, always used to be in the studio. You know that, and we'll be watching you. And the one thing we used to say is like, I know, like you had the jab, like you a body guy, like you deal with all of those elements. You had a jab. You was always had those slinky arms. And I look at Jihad and I see a little bit of your arms and your thing. You know that, right? So
Yeah,
what tips
and
would
you
you
know,
give
I,
him?
I I I agree. I see a lot of Jihad skills, and I can see a lot of myself in Jihad. But the only difference was Jihad. To be honest, Jihad was faster and quicker, and he's much more slicker. But I can see a lot of my stuff in Jihad where he's very elusive, hard to hit, but in his jab he got very good long reach. And some stuff is like I was showing him stuff how not to be all over the place, but sometimes sharpen up the stuff because he got natural ability and he's
Yes.
sharp and he's fast. And I can show him some stuff when he slip and dip and twist and turn, how to jam some shots in there to slow him down, even though he's getting his opponents out. But I think you're very much right. I have seen that in Jihad, and I just do like when I said when I first came up, I was just naturally my will, my desire, my mentality, as Jihad said, his mental thinking, my will, and my spirit, my mind said, I'm gonna take you. And that's what it is. He has that mental strength and the mental head just to go do it. And Jihad has that willpower just to go ahead and just go do it. And he has a lot of skills. It's just some stuff. As in this case, I have to show him some stuff over and over because he's still growing. And he
That's a
just
fact.
he just reflected. He just reflected and reacted. And he just got such good natural ability. He just reacted and it's not even put together, but he's doing it.
Yeah, that's a fact. All that was all
Mm.
facts.
And
Wow. Appreciate
I
that,
just
Al.
like, oh, I just want to switch it up. I just see how Prince Cree was and my man just said, when you said you lost like that 10, 11 pounds, their eyes are like, what? You know?
Nah, yeah,
Mm,
nah. Fighters do that. Nah, there's
Lady
some dudes.
D, she got the weight loss thing. She's like,
There's
hell, how
some
can I
dudes.
do that?
There's
yeah.
some dudes that lost. I ain't gonna say the name, but I know a fighter who lost 18 pounds in one night. One night
One night.
with that hot bath and the Epsom salt, he lost 18 pounds in one night.
Hot bath and
And
Epsom
and
salt.
you know, and that is see when we
Damn.
say 8 and 10 pounds, like you talking about lose 5 pounds, ladies be trying to lose this weight, or even guys or anybody says I want to lose 5 pounds or something. Us guys that from boxing, 10 pounds is that's a normal thing. You can
Yeah,
lose
that's
10
good.
pounds in one day.
Yeah, 10
Mm.
pounds is normal.
I was blown away.
Me too.
Yeah,
Because
I
Al, you
can
supposed to be
see
my trainer.
that. And let me tell you something. I remember. It's my man Roy. You know, Roy came on your show, Prince Cree, before. Roy Jones Jr. is your one of your fans you say you follow. Monday, I remember we was at the MGM. He weighed 193 pounds.
Wow.
And that was when his first fight against his loss was
Tarver.
Tava.
Mm.
Right. And he was that way, and that's amateur stuff. You could do that. See, we do that stuff in amateur, lose all that weight. But pro is a big difference, losing all that weight in that one night.
Right.
Roy was 193. 2 days later, he was 175.
Mm.
Mm.
But see, that's at a different level. You can't do your body like that.
Right.
Nah,
You can't
that's
do
the
your
way how
body
he did
like
it.
that.
The way how
Right.
he did it was
But
bad.
as an amateur, you do that one day, next day you gotta fight, you gotta constantly make money. Amateurs always doing the up and down. But
Mm.
professionals you really don't do it. and it's a way that you put on the weight, the way you take it off. And
Yep.
like we could just run its water weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Run, go sit in that
But don't
sauna.
when you
Sean?
go ahead, Jahi.
Sean?
No, I said run, sit in the sauna. Yeah, you could just work it off.
Oh, okay. Okay, but don't when you lose drop that weight like 20 pounds,
Mm.
doesn't it take away from your power?
A lot. Yeah, it takes a lot of your power. But one thing I tell you that I like about the pros that I didn't like about the amateurs is that I got like when I weigh in the day before, I got like the whole day to like fully rehydrate and like fully like
Mm.
like get myself ready for tomorrow for the fight. You know, because can I tell y'all the truth? Me personally, I don't when it's time for me to fight, my battle's not my battles. I'm sorry, my battle's in the ring, yeah. But my biggest concern is the day before. My biggest once I make weight, I know I'm gonna fight. I know I'll find a way to win. I know I'm not gonna lose. Put it like that.
Right.
I won't let myself lose. I'll find a way to win. You feel me?
Right.
I just want to make sure I get in the fight. I just want to make sure I get there.
Wow.
Make sure everything's smooth. You feel me? And then make sure I get to rehydrate and take care of myself and go put on a show. You know?
Right.
Because you got what he's saying. He got that next day to rejuvenate,
Right.
get his whole body relaxed, and get everything, his minerals, electrolyte, to restore his body and replenish his body. He's resting and replenish his body, and so he can function again the next day. And that's with the pros, but the amateurs, should you fight today, you got to make the weight. If you win, you got to make the weight again tomorrow. If you win again, you got to make the weight.
Can I tell y'all something crazy? Can I tell y'all a funny story about one time when the one tournament that I had when I was overseas? I got off the plane. I was flying at 138 at the time. That was lightweight, I think it was, right? And I got off the plane at 148. And I had to weigh in the next morning, and it was nighttime already. It was already about 2:00 in the morning. So I get off the plane. The first thing I do is I turn on the hot bath and I make it like a sauna. Like I put a towel underneath the door to keep all the steam in, you know. And I let the hot water just run, and I just sit in there and I shadow box and I sweat out. And I lost 10 pounds. I lost 10 pounds every night when I was in Hungary. Every night I had to lose 10 pounds. And every night. So the first night I lost 10 pounds. All right, cool. So I weigh in. I fight the next day. Then I lost 10 pounds again. The next day I stopped the kid. So I didn't lose any weight in the fight. I had to cut like 12 pounds. And then the last day I barely made it. And it was getting hard. But I did it. And I didn't go to sleep at all either. Because my body was still adjusting to because I was in Europe. So my body was still adjusting to the time.
Right.
So I couldn't go to sleep at all because I'm in my body. I'm supposed to be up right now. So I would just be up all night, just cutting weight till about 6 a.m. in the morning because that's the weighing times. And then after that, I eat and then I probably take a nap when I get to the fights. I take a nap before my fight, wake up, wrap up, fight, do it all over again.
Yeah, see, thanks to Jahi, because a lot of people don't know what they go through is the amateur stuff. And as he said, like when you're with a team of fighters, you go over there and fight. And I used to bring my gym stuff to my fight. So right after I fight, I put on some sweatsuits and sneakers and start jumping rope right there to lose the weight.
Yeah.
And so I can continue sweat. That's why I'm supporting my other friends fighting, but I'm on the side of the ring jumping rope.
That's a fact. That's how it goes.
So see, as the amateurs, you got to make weight every day, and it's hard. But as a pro, I can make that weight that one day, then I can relax and rejuvenate, and then do everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Jahi, man, you giving Lady D a lot of tips where how she's gonna turn our house bathroom into a sauna and she's gonna be shadow boxing. I wish you didn't give that tip to my wife, man. And now she's chiming in some of what she's gonna do. Man, good tips, good stuff, young man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Your own personal steam room.
My own personal steam room.
Yeah.
Love those tips.
Go in the bathroom, turn that hot water on, turn that shit
let it run.
on.
Just let it run and put the thing and put the towel underneath the door.
Underneath the door.
So the steam don't get out.
So steam don't leave. Nope.
All right, let's talk about this fight. Let's talk about your record now. You 4-0, right, Jahi?
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about what's going down the day before my birthday. I'm excited for this. I'm already planning the chicken wings and the pre-party, the pre-birthday party, and I need you to knock somebody out because it's going to be a birthday present for me, Jahi. I need you, young man. You my nephew right now. I need you to take this dude out the day before my birthday. What's going down on October the 30th? Tell our listeners where they need to be and what TV, what channel they need to be tuned in, who you fighting. It's on you, young man. Let's speak it.
Listen, October 30th, Madison Square Garden, New York City, Hulu Theater, ESPN Plus. Tune in. I'm fighting Jorge Sosa on October 30th, 6th-rounder. It's gonna be straight domination, you know. I want to go out there. I want to give the fans a show, especially I'm in my hometown, my first fight in New York. So I want to go out there. I really want to stop this guy, but you know, I'm gonna go out there. We're gonna box. We're gonna take our time, and we're gonna dominate.
Love it.
I'll be tuned in.
Love it. Al, we're gonna go. I need you to be at the TV because I'm gonna go shoot you live, and we're gonna get in. We're gonna broadcast. That's gonna be a Saturday. But Al, I'm thinking that we should broadcast on that day, put the TV on it, and do the talking sports and entertainment with Al Ice Cole and myself. And I think we should just try something to support him right there live. You know how I am, Al. I might hit you with something.
I was thinking, shoot, I'm right here. I was thinking about popping up at the
see what I mean?
at the garden. I'm thinking about popping up at the
Right
garden.
See, that's how you do me, Al. Not once did you think about me, man. Yo, Prince, I'm gonna send you. I want you to meet me in front of the garden. Okay, man. Okay. Team Jahi is in the Swag Media Network house all day, every day. So, Jihad, I thank you for your time. I thank you for hanging out. Sean, you got some stuff you want to talk to this young man about?
Yes, sir. I got one more question for you, Jahi.
All right.
What fighter hit you the hardest that made you think? I mean,
he's 4-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you didn't hit.
This one was back in. I haven't got hit in the pros yet. Like I haven't got really caught in the pros yet. However, in the amateurs, there's this one kid from Texas named Leonel Cardenas. So the first, this is when I learned that you're not supposed to underestimate anybody.
True.
So the first time I seen this guy, I saw him in the wings. I was like, "Oh, this one fighting. He was tall, skinny. He was a little taller than me, but he was kind of skinny, a little frail, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. Nah, I'm gonna beat him up, man. Like, I'm gonna knock him out, right?" So the first thing, the first bell rings, right? The first thing I thought a slip hook, like just a big hook, right? I missed the hook. He gets to the side of me. He hits me and he had on red gloves, so all I seen was red. And that's one thing I'll never forget. Because after that, I was like, oh shit. Easy. That's when I realized.
Damn.
I ended up losing that fight, but we fought though. Like I ain't do like all this stuff. You guys see me boxing and slipping and stuff. I didn't go out there. I didn't box or anything. When he hit me, I just knew it was wartime. We just went out there and started slugging. So yeah, that's when I learned never underestimate nobody.
That's a great lesson because you know what? That's what he's trying to say. And he got mad probably and got mad. Oh, I want to get you back. Like no, that's where we get hit. That's a boxing.
Yep.
When you hit, it's a thinking game. You got to hit and not get it and make you miss. Like I can't get mad at you. Hit me. Now I just don't want to get hit again with it. But now I'm trying to react it, and I got to react to make sure I hit you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Okay.
That's the biggest fact right there.
Hey, John, I saw you. I'm sorry. I saw you. I watched your last fight, right? And you didn't sit down in the corner. Was that like? Was your stool missing, or is that a habit? You had your back turned. You actually had your back turned to the opponent. You didn't even stand in the corner facing him, like. And I'm like, yo, what is he doing?
Well, I'll tell you what it is. When I first became a pro, I tried sitting on the corner. My first fight, it didn't leave the first round, but the second fight, I sat down. And I really like it. Because in the amateur, I never really sat down. I always stood up, and I didn't really like it. Now the last fight, I was super good. That was the most comfortable I've ever felt in a boxing match. So I was just so comfortable. It was like I was sparring. For me, so I would be there, and honestly, I didn't go like that. I wasn't planning to lean on the ropes like that. I was just talking to my pops, and that's how I usually talk to them when I'm in the ring. You feel me? So I just
because I was like. I was like, man, you ain't sitting down. But I get what you're saying. You know, I understand now. I had to ask because, you know, the commentaries
I know they was
was
talking
saying
about
it.
it.
Yeah, they was talking about it, and it was like, and they was giving you mad big ups, like, you know, like like they was giving you lots of respect as a fighter, and that was one of the things. And I saw the fight, and I was wondering why. And I said, when I get him on the show, I'm going to ask him. And I understand you're comfortable with doing what you're doing and everything like that. You 4-0, right?
Yep. Hmm?
Okay. Our destined. I said our because this team, Jahi Tucker,
Yeah.
is in my house.
Yeah.
Let's go get that 5-0. Me, Al, all of us, we're going to be having you cheering and rooting for you. Lady D's in
I
there
appreciate
rooting for
that.
you. Sean is rooting for you.
Absolutely.
We're going to be watching you and wishing you the best. Anything you want to say before you leave out, man? Look, I appreciate your time. Me and Al, we appreciate you joining us on season 2
I
of
appreciate
Talking
both
Sports
you
and
guys, all
Entertainment
three
with
guys.
Al Ashko. So anything you want to say, anybody want to shout out real quick?
I got you. Shout out Top Rank. Shout out Jay Prince. Shout out Jackal Finish. Shout out my team. Shout out all my supporters, all my fans. Shout out Swag Media Network. Shout out Al Cole. Shout out my man Sean.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, player.
Sean.
SNS.
SNS.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yo,
man. I appreciate you guys so much. And I'm
Thank
definitely
you,
going to
man.
be on the show for your birthday.
please, I'm gonna be in here. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a pre-birthday party. I know Al's gonna be in the garden. He's gonna text me, showing off, FaceTime me right on the garden. That's what Al does. He treats me like a peasant. That's what. I love you. I love you. Hey, Jihad, we appreciate you, man. Continue your success.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Al
Thank
Coles,
you.
anything you want to say to the young man before we cut out?
No, I just want to just like his head, right? He's got the right mindset just to keep
Yeah.
focused, just to
Right.
relax. And and I'm gonna just tell you, it can be a bit worry or scary, or you're excited. Just calm down and relax because this is your first fight here. In your friends or family, everybody local could probably come see you fight.
Yeah.
So don't worry about impressing anybody going out there trying to get the knockout, do the work. You want to look sharp. You want to make sure you're in shape. You already got to be in shape. It's a week away,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
fight. But just work on your stuff and like we'll talk. We'll talk. Get to talk to say some stuff. I might have to
Thank
shoot up to go see you. But when you're still training, the are you still training like every day or what day? Or
Well, right now, today was actually the last day of camp. Actually, what's today? Today's Friday. Yesterday was really the last real day of camp. Everything else from now over here is pretty much just weight cutting. Just weight cutting and just staying sharp. And that's really it.
Right.
where are you?
Oh, right now I was actually at the supermarket. I was getting some fish. But I'm
No,
in my car right
no. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm saying, where are you in New York, New Jersey,
Oh,
Texas,
right now
California?
I'm in New York. I'm on Long Island right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
I
I'm
should.
gonna go over to the city early this week.
My bad. I should have told you I was at Hofstra University this weekend.
Oh, word?
Yeah, signing autographs and everything. Ray Mercer and I with the baseball, bunch of baseball people out there. I should have
Nice.
reached out to you.
Yeah, definitely. We always here, man. You feel me? Whenever you in New York, just feel free, call up, man.
Yeah, Prince Cree didn't let me know what was going down, so
Yeah, whatever.
or Sean, SNS, I gotta blame them.
Yes, sir. Oh man. Okay.
Jihad, Young King, we thank you for joining us. We love you to life, and there's nothing you can do about it but love us back. Continue
Got you, man. All
doing
love.
what you have to do. Keep your head in this game because you have a strong mental game. Your mental skills in this boxing thing is what's going to keep you moving forward.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you for joining Talking Sports and Entertainment with your brother Al Cole and Prince Cree. We love you, man.
Peace
Talk to you
out.
soon.
All right, man.
Peace.
Yeah, Al. Yeah.
Are we through? This cut is finished?
Yeah, man. This segment, hold on. This
Go ahead.
segment of Talking Sports and Entertainment with Allies Cole and Prince Cree, I'm trying to get some sponsorship. It is sponsored and brought to you by Bud Light Orange. So when you want to have something nice and refreshing while you're watching sports or watching Jahi Tucker's next fight, get you some Bud Light Orange. Tastes great, good, not too filling, not too get you bloated, whatever you say.
Yeah, bloated.
Yeah. Talking Sports and Entertainment with Allies Cole and your brother Prince Cree. Al?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, no. I was just saying thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to the next segment. Y'all tune in. Sports and live entertainment with Prince Cree and Al Cole. We're going to do the thing. And now we got another guy, SNS. We all going to get together, join together,
Yes,
and
sir.
just make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Damn right.
So Allies Cole, I have to say, your knowledge with this boxing thing is incredible, man. And a lot of people don't know Al knows hockey. Al knows soccer because I'm not. Please don't take it the wrong way. He's Jamaican. He's West Indian, so they know soccer.
Yeah.
His foot game is crazy, and that's why he was one of the best cruiserweight champions. And I'm not saying it's just because Al's my big brother. Al's skills. If you see him and go look at some old tapes, you'll see, man, this guy was was little compared to the most, right? But his skills, his arms, his slinkiness, he was incredible, man. He was incredible. And he'll tell you the first one said, you got to keep your mental health. You got to keep your mind in this game, man, because other than that, that's the biggest knockout. So, Al, any final remarks, man, before we cut out here? I got to check out the Sixers and the Nets game. I know you want to catch up on some rest, you old fella.
No. I'm just good. I'm about to go out, and next time I'm going to have probably one of my friends. I'm about to go meet one of my friends, Eric Murdoch. He was an NBA player. So gotta bring him on the show sometime just to talk about, some of the games and what's going on. He's right up in Jersey and just playing ask him some questions, find out how to play against Michael Jordan or what
let's get him. Let's get him out.
Or then I know everybody in the world is thinking about Kyrie Irving. How's Kyrie? What is he doing? People think about throwing away the money. He ain't thinking about the money, but he's thinking about his health. And I understand, even though I may or may not agree with some people, everybody got different issues. Like people worried about taking a shot, especially young ladies, worried about taking a shot, and they don't have no kids. They don't have any kids, and say what their future beholds if they do take the shot.
Right.
You don't know how this is going to be. Some side effect, because right now we are the guinea pigs.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Because they say take the shot, you won't get COVID. Now they say the COVID won't stop, but if you get COVID, it's gonna help better. So what is it? Do we need to take the shot, or we don't need to take the shot? What's going on? Now they're talking about the third shot, the booster. So first I thought they was telling me take the shot, everything will be great. Now you say, oh, we need a booster. We need something else.
Yeah.
So it's a bit, I can understand. We really don't know what's going on.
Yeah. All right. Season 2, Talking Sports and Entertainment with your brother Al Ice Cold and your brother Prince Cree with a special guest host, Sean from the SNS show. We thank you. Al, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, boss man.
Until the next episode. Good night.
Take care, big dog. All right.
Talking Sports and Entertainment, brother Alex Cole, and I'm your brother Prince Cree. Every Friday, tune in. We're going to make this a spectacular move. Sean, thank you, man, for your questions. It was good questions, bro.
Thank you, man.
Your whole thing was good. It was good. Man. It was good. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man, for hanging out with me.
Yes, sir.
And until the next time, follow us on the Swag Media Network on Facebook. You can like us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram at _swag in the morning. Swag Media Network app. Download it. You can check this episode out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor Podcasts. Wherever you can find a podcast, you'll find the Swag Media Network. Music this evening is powered by Tracy Big Fella Vaughn. He's the producer of these tracks. If you're looking for tracks, looking for music, please see Tracy Big Fella Vaughn. Follow him on social media, or you can hit me up. This is Talking Sports and Entertainment. Music and sports always have a divine connection. Again, music you're hearing tonight is powered by Tracy Big Fella Vaughn. Good night, y'all. We love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Peace.
Appreciate you, Sean.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.